So here I am. Hope you all enjoy the show. I heard there's a new iPhone out, so naturally I had to buy one. But then I got home and realized it was the same as my old one. I mean, I know technology changes every day, but come on, Apple. Get it together. As soon as we step out of the ship, I'm face to face with a giant, purple, slug. And he looks at me and says, "Hello there. Welcome to Slug World." I was like, yeah, hi. What's going on here? The slug responds, "It's the annual Slug Migration Festival." So we spend the entire day walking around Slug World and taking in all the sights. I'm having a great time until the sun sets and it's time to go. As I get back into his spaceship, the alien looks at me and says, "What did you think of our little adventure?" I pause for a moment and then reply, "Well, it was one heck of a ride, but I'm glad to be back on Earth." Everyone laughs. Alright, that's all I got. Thanks for having me. Have a great night. Applause. Did you hear about the new invention coming out?
What is it?
I heard it's a machine that dishes out jokes.
That's hilarious. How would you even come up with jokes for something like that?
I suppose it would involve algorithms and a really creative database.
Haha, it sounds like something Fred would invent.
Hey, I resemble that remark.
Yeah, you'd have no problem coming up with funny jokes. You should totally make it happen.
Well, it would certainly be something unique. Might even revolutionize the stand-up comedy scene.
Now you're talking. I'm on it. So, apparently our boss likes to call everyone by nicknames and he calls me Bazooka. I'm not sure why, but the nickname somehow stuck and now everyone in the office calls me Bazooka.
That is pretty funny. I wonder if he calls all the other employees by nicknames too, or just
I'm
you.
not sure.
Hey Larry, what did you do today?
Pissed.
Hey, you know what I heard the other day?
What? Go on. Hey, did you hear that if you eat yellow snow it can make you sick?
Yeah, I did. But did you know if you eat it with Tabasco sauce it tastes like the best snow cone ever?
That is a bold statement. I think I'm going to have to try it for myself.
Alright, I'll bring the Tabasco sauce to our next snowball fight.
You guys know that's just an urban legend, right?
Hey, you never know, maybe it's true.
Well, I think we should put it to the test. We'll try it out and then report back our findings. Deal.
I'm game. Hello everyone. So, what's the deal with airline food, am I right? Pauses for laughter, alright.
Writing jokes is way harder than it looks.
Well, it's like anything. You need practice to get better.
Why don't you show off what you've got? I bet we could all have a pretty good time if you tried some of your jokes out.
Good idea.
All right, hit us with the best one you have.
Here goes nothing. Alright, so he said that his cat can sing better than I can.
That's hilarious. I bet the cat has a better pitch too.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it.
Well, at least it's a talent your cat has.
Yeah, I bet your cat could be a star if only someone would hear it and give it a chance.
Did you guys hear about that new restaurant that opened up near the office? I heard the food's great and it's Indian-Mexican fusion.
Wow, that sounds weird and delicious.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, me too. Maybe we can all go together.
That's a good idea, and you know what? We should all dress like we're from India.
I mean, that's pretty wild, right?
You know, that's what I don't understand. It's one thing to have an opinion, but another thing entirely to deny scientific fact. I mean, what's next? Believing the Earth is made of cheese?
I don't know, but it's pretty bizarre. I mean, it just goes to show you how little we really do understand about our universe.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy stuff.
You know, I have a friend who is a member of the society. We should invite him over for coffee and ask him about it. I'd love to hear an explanation for why he believes the Earth is flat.
We should be done in about 6 more months. That got a good laugh from the crowd, and even the cashier cracked a smile. I guess the moral of the story is never stop trying to find humor in seemingly mundane things.
I heard that the city is bringing in a new type of tree.
That's hilarious. I wonder what kind of tree it is.
Who knows? Maybe it's some kind of tropical species that doesn't like cold weather. I heard it has to be...
So you saw that movie last night?
Yeah, it was hilarious. I laughed so hard my sides hurt.
Did they explain the plot at least?
No way. It was totally unpredictable. I didn't know what would happen next.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. So, how about we get some lunch? My treat.
Sounds great. You know what I'm in the mood for? Greek food.
Larry, do you think when we die that's it? Or do you think there might be something else after this life?
Well, Fred, I'm more of a scientist than a philosopher, so I can't say for sure. But if I had to guess, there's probably something more out there. We don't really know what happens when we die, but it's comforting to think that life doesn't just end with death. Maybe we become a part of something bigger, or maybe our souls go on to find peace and solace in a better place. Who knows? All I'm sure of is that death is just the beginning of something even more mysterious and wonderful. So if anything, I think that means life is even more precious and worth living to the fullest. What do you think? What are your thoughts on the afterlife?
So, Fred, I've been thinking about planning a trip to the tropics. What do you think?
I think that sounds great. We could do some fishing, tan on the beach, take a cruise, the possibilities are endless.
Sounds like you've got it all thought out. Let's do it. But, there's one thing. I don't want to get a tan too quickly. So, let's make sure to plan our trip around clouds and rain showers. That way I can slowly work on my tan without risking sunburns.
That's a great idea. I hadn't thought of that. Let's look into the weather patterns to see when would be best for us to go. We could also rent a car and take a road trip to some nearby destinations in between if the weather doesn't cooperate.
But in the meantime, why don't we get together and work on some new material?
That's a great idea. We can make sure we keep being funny for years to come.
Absolutely.
I recently found out that my wife has been cheating on me. She said she was out with her girlfriends, but then I found out that one of those girlfriends was a guy. When I asked her what she was doing, she said they were playing cards. I said, no one plays cards with their shirt off. So, that's why I ended up here tonight. I was looking for new girlfriends to play cards with. Any takers? Anyway.
Tell us.
Alright. So, why do ducks have big sacks?
I have no idea.
To keep their quackers in. Laughs.
What do you get when you cross a donkey with an onion?
I don't know. What do you get?
You get a piece of ass that makes you cry.
Gross, Fred. That's disgusting.
But it's funny.
You're right, I'm sorry. Let's talk about something else.
Do you think we can get out of here soon?
I think we should try, but I'm not sure it'll work. These people here are like nothing I've ever seen before.
Haha, maybe we should try to make them laugh? Maybe then they'll let us go free. It's worth a shot.
Yeah, it's worth a try. Let's see what we can come up with.
Alright. I'm sure we can come up with something funny. Let's get to work. Who knows, maybe we'll become hilarious comedians in the process.
So, what do you think of this place?
It's a bit odd, don't you think? All these people talking in funny voices and doing strange hand gestures. It's like some kind of alternate universe. Yeah, and I guess it's not the worst place to be a comedian.
Well, I suppose it could be worse. The audience here seems pretty receptive to our jokes. Yeah, but I could do without all the weird background noise.
Yeah, it's like a carnival of sorts. I was riding the bus the other day and it was so crowded that I had to sit on someone's lap. Of course, my luck, it turned out to be my old math teacher. He had a straight face, no smiles at all, but he kept whispering in my ear, "You were one of my favorite students." So, I get off the bus and walk home, minding my own business. But then I see him again, same old math teacher. He waves me over to his car with this big grin on his face. He says to me, "Don't tell anyone, but I had the best time on the bus today." I just stood there, speechless. So then he leans in real close and says, "Just between us, math was never my favorite subject either."
So, did you hear the latest news?
Not yet. What is it?
Scientists have developed an artificial intelligence that can do stand-up comedy.
Wow, that's amazing. Are they sure it's funny? I mean, what if it's really only funny to robots?
I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. In the meantime, let's stick to what we do best, making people laugh.
Agreed. To the funny people. Let's get out there and show him how it's done.
I mean, who hates fruit?
Well, maybe he was trying to be edgy or something. Or maybe he has a secret fruit allergy.
That's an interesting theory. Maybe he just doesn't know how to enjoy the sweet and juicy. Or he could just be a fruitophobe.
A fruitophobe? What do you mean?
Yeah, I've heard of a fear of flying, but this is ridiculous.
Maybe it's a fear of commitment.